Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to Morning Musings, where we are listening for a message about our big dreams. And what I mean by your big dream is your authentic life, like living the life you know you were meant to live. And sometimes that means breaking with tradition, sometimes that means um, doing something radically different than you've ever done before because you've been in this role of doing your duty, doing what's expected, doing, all the things that you kind of people make you think you have to do, right? I don't know. It's this weird thing that happens to people. It's like we fit into this rut of a role. Um, Like, we have to do these things, right? Like, these are the things we're expected to do, and they're not necessarily the things you like or that you wanna do. You become good at them, you become, proficient, you might even excel in some of them, but they're not your heart's desire, right? They're not what you would have chosen for yourself, and now that we're at this point in life where we're starting to rethink and we're starting to say, I really don't necessarily want to do that. That's that's when it's time to like break the mold and start doing what you really want to do. Like, what is that? What does that look like? And you may not know. You may just be at that point where it's like, I can't do this anymore. Can't do this anymore. So, yeah, what does that look like? What does that thing out there look like? And that's what this journey is for. That's what I help you figure out, right? And that's what we're listening for is just a little bit of a message to say where to next. Where's the next turn? Where's the next action? Where's the next step forward? What's the next thing that will lead me to what I really, really want? Because I don't necessarily remember what that is. Won't really know, and I'm feeling a little lost. So we're listening for that message. So as I'm shuffling the cards, which we are using as a conduit, which is Alana Fairchild Sacred Rebels Oracle card deck. Um, as I'm doing that, let's take a little bit of time and get in touch with our surroundings, get in touch with our own selves, the energies that are around us, and let's just do that. And then I'll pull the card and we'll see what happens. It's an adventure. Oh, what's going to happen? Ooh. All right. So, getting comfortable in your chair, feet on the floor, closing your eyes, taking a deep breath, and another. And just feeling your body. Let's just get in touch with our bodies. We tend to ignore as much as possible this vehicle that is taking us along the ride. And just appreciate your body for one moment. All that it does for you, it's taking you along this journey. It's doing the things at your direction. Mm. And I want you to appreciate all the areas that just work. areas that you don't have to think about. Like your stomach just does the things. It takes care of the food, right? Your guts just process everything and give you all the nourishment out of the food that you've eaten. Your legs, they just move you. Your arms pick up things. And find those areas that just work and appreciate them. The neck swivels your head around, your tongue makes noises so that you can communicate. It also tastes the food so you have enjoyment. Your face smiles. What are all the areas that just feel good and just work? Yours may be different than mine. That's okay. Thank you, body. Thank you for being healthy in these areas. Thank you for doing the things that keep me moving forward. I appreciate you. And I know that these areas don't get much attention. So I'm giving you some now. Thank you for working. And now let's move to those areas that may be barking at you all the time. The joints that are stiff, the muscles that are tense, the injuries that aren't healed yet. And know that oh, these areas are storing protection. They are protecting you from further injury, from further harm, be it mental, emotional, spiritual, or physical. The tension in your body is a protection against leaking energy or attacks, verbal, spiritual, mental, emotional, maybe even physical. And some of these attacks and trials you had to go through a long time ago, but your body is still hanging on to it because it's at the ready. You never know when it's going to come back. And I want you to let your body know that those situations are in the past. Right here, right now, nothing is attacking you. Nothing is coming for you. You're sitting in a chair watching a video, and it's safe. And you can release that tension. You can release that protectiveness at this moment. You can always grab hold of it again because your body knows how to protect you in that area. It's strong. But right now, in this moment, you can relax. Those situations that your body is protecting you from are in the past. Those people are not around you. Those experiences no longer happen, so you can unknit that tension little by little, thread by thread. And you can release that protective nature. You know the tools, you know the skills to keep you safe in that situation. So they can go in the toolbox. They don't have to be on point 24/7. And as you're reminding your body in those areas of tension and hurt and pain that it no longer requires 24/7 supervision and surveillance, I want you to go into your heart center and notice the boundaries and the walls and the blocks that surround your heart, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. All those boundaries. And I want you to weave your way behind them all to the center where your divine spark lives. And it may be hard to see it from the outside, but as you weave your way through the boundaries, because you are the one that can get there, you're the one that can go beyond those boundaries and into the center where your true self is, your divine spark, that light within you that motivates you. And when you find that divine spark, notice that it's still glowing. It's still shining, even though all the walls, all the protection, all the boundaries, all the things are surrounding it. That light is still shining. And as you notice this light, it gets brighter. And as you pay attention to this light, it gets brighter and stronger. And it starts to find the cracks and the fissures within the boundaries that surround it. And it weakens the mortar between the bricks so that it shines through. Its light shines through into your daily life. The real you. The you know you were meant to be. Living the life you know you were meant to have. And every time that light shines through, the boundary weakens. Little by little, as it becomes safe, those boundaries come down. And just notice that light. Notice that light. Connect with that light. And maybe there's a message there for you. What is that light to you? And as you're reconnecting to your divine spark, that gift that was given to you to bring to this world from the universe, as you're connecting, I want you to imagine the soles of your feet opening up and reaching out into the core of the earth and inviting that liquid fire, that passion, that creative spirit, the life bringing force that creates everything on this earth and all the creative possibilities, and bringing that forth and bringing that within you, inviting that energy in. And you can feel it start to come in through your feet, up your ankles, into your legs, into your knees, up your thighs, your hips, filling your torso full of this creative, passionate energy, nourishing energy, life giving and life bringing energy. As it fills your torso and goes up into your shoulders and your arm, down your arms and up your neck, in this heart-centered place, that energy flows through all the cracks into that safe space where your divine spark lives, and it reconnects. And it says, yes, this is the life you deserve. This is the life you can lead. Let's do it together. And your divine spark shines even brighter. It has the passion and the fire behind it, the motivation, the curiosity, the enthusiasm, the excitement to move forward. And your divine spark shines brighter than ever. And as that's happening, I want you to imagine the top of your head opening up into the universe and reaching out and seeing the vastness of space, the connectivity of all the planets and all the stars, all the galaxies throughout the universe. Seeing the big picture of things, how it all flows together, that knowledge. And bringing that knowledge in. Knowing where to collaborate, knowing when to be alone, when to rest in peace, when to get fired up, and bringing all that knowledge down into your mind, into your body. And as that energy flows down behind your eyes, you see a path laid out before you. It's illuminated with starshine. It's clear as day. You see the mountains, you see the valleys, you see the twists and turns, you see the obstacles laying in wait. You see the tools along the side of the road, the experiences to learn the skills to navigate those obstacles, to move through them so that you reach your destination. Enjoy the journey. And as that energy moves down further, you start to hear the clarity of messages for you, the encouragement to move forward, the calling of your big dream, of your divine spark. And all else becomes white noise. All else becomes the buzzing of a fly, just a nuisance, but nothing that will take you away from this calling that you have to move forward along the path of your big dream. And as that energy flows down into your throat, it seeks out the boundaries and the walls and the blocks that have kept your voice small and hidden, not speaking, not daring to utter a sound about this big dream of yours for fear of repercussions, for fear of retaliation. And it bathes your voice in confidence, in quiet, in solitude, so that you can build strong, so that you can practice. And as you practice speaking your truths in a safe environment, you begin to be able to speak out strongly, go beyond the boundaries, tear down the walls so that you can speak clearly with confidence, compassion, and conviction about your journey, your big dream, your ability to make your life exactly what you want it to be. And as that energy moves down into your heart center, it reconnects with that gift that it gave you, that divine spark within you. And it merges and coalesces with the earth energy, that passion, that creativity, and builds momentum, builds the ability to step forward, even the slightest, tiniest of bits. Builds that confidence as these energies merge together, shining brightly with your divine spark, so brightly that it touches every cell in your being and can't help but to shine beyond, so that you inevitably walk through this earth, walk through your journey with this earth energy, this universal energy, and your own divine spark shining through and casting light upon all you pass, shifting their worlds forever. You are powerful. You are magnificent. You are worthy. Oh, our card for today is listening for truth. Listening for truth. Listening for truth. Truth speaks to us constantly, but not always in words. It may communicate through a feeling that is hard to put into words, but brings an inexplicable sense of peace, trust, and the knowledge that somehow everything is going to work out perfectly, even if there is little evidence of how it's all going to happen. You are being asked to listen for the truths beneath the words rather than the superficial message of the words themselves. This is especially true for the communications of those around you, the press, the newspapers, and the mass media. You will begin to hear fear in the words and actions of those around you, even as they preach love. Listen deeper. Listen for the truth. This oracle comes with a message of truth for you. You are hearing something that is not being said, and what you are hearing is truthful. You may feel as though you are the only one that is really ready to hear or see it. Perhaps you've been working in a situation or loving in a relationship where the truth is consistently denied. We live in a world where truth is frequently avoided out of fear of what it might reveal. At the basis of such actions, consciously or not, it is a deep sense of unhealed toxic shame. If you or someone else is fearful that the truth will expose rather than free and heal, then some personal healing is required. It is time for letting go of old wounds in favor of a greater sense of self love and acceptance. You are being asked to love yourself enough to honor the truth, even if you feel you are the only one doing so. Sacred rebels need truth like lungs need oxygen. Truth keeps the energy of life flowing through the rebellious heart. Lies dampen the spirit of the sacred rebel. Even if those with less awakened hearts fear the truth, you must not turn away from it. Don't resent this state of affairs. Perhaps your job is to show that truth can be witnessed even when many may want to hide from it. What others do is always their choice. But through your honorable deeds, done with integrity, you will be set free, no matter what the outcome. You are a truth seeker. Never deny or try to quieten this down to make others comfortable. You are meant to be an agitator at times, even though you don't have to confront people to do it. You don't necessarily have to say a word, though sometimes you will. Often, you will agitate in the most loving sense by unveiling truth simply through your knowings. Hold compassion for the truths you behold. Do not use them as knives to cut another or yourself with harshness, but as the clear insight that allows one to loosen the knots that bind simply by knowing which thread to gently tug. This oracle brings you guidance. If you have been worn down and depressed by the lies, gossip, deceit, or backstabbing going on around you, don't fret. Get out in nature and spend some time communing with the infinite. Healing will come to you now. No matter how many times, in how many ways, or by how many tongues untruth is spoken, you know what you know in your sacred, rebellious heart. The truth is your connection to the living truth of life itself. Don't give up. Just open up to healing and know that the truth always, eventually prevails. Listening for the truth. Let's do the healing process. Mm. Place your hand very lightly at the front and the back of your throat. Oh. And say, I now release all vows of silence I have ever made, consciously or not. I now release all lies, deceptions, and painful words, spoken or unspoken, that are affecting my ability to clearly know and speak my truth. I am held in unconditional love with protection and grace. So be it. You have finished your healing process. You might like to say something true just to anchor it. How about within me, beyond all that rises and falls, only truth remains. Listening for the truth. Listening for the truth may also mean confronting your own, seeing your truth. And it might not be all that pretty, but acknowledging it, realizing it, seeing what it's how it's affected those around you, and then doing something. If it made a mess, doing something to clean it up. Saying, "Yeah, mm, I did that. That wasn't really pretty. That was not good. And I apologize, and I'm gonna try and do better. I can't change what happened, but I can move forward in a better way." That happened, and it was ugly. And let me move forward and try not to do that again, because I don't wanna be that person. I wanna be the person who loves, who mends, who heals. But those things need to be acknowledged, those ugly parts need to be acknowledged and rectified and healed. And it's amazing what that willingness, not even actually succeeding in doing that, right? Like, I mean, people make mistakes, and there are habitual things of doing, but it's the acknowledging, looking at it and going, "Oh, I did it again. Okay, try better." And each iteration of that thing happening, whatever it is smaller and more diminished, and it gets better and it gets better. And it's really kind of amazing how that can heal. I've witnessed it. I've been through it, and it's really cool stuff. And I've witnessed and have been through when that doesn't happen, and that's painful. Very, very painful. The truth is what the truth is. And if you can acknowledge it and just as it is, like, yep, that happened, and it was great or it sucked. And what do we do with it? Do we enjoy it because it was great? Or do we clean it up because it sucked? How can we do it better next time? That defines who you are, how people see you. So be brave, go out there, listen for the truth, even if it's not pretty. Acknowledge it. Go, yep, that's what happened. Mm, or yeah. And then do something with it. Make it better if it was great. Like, yeah, that worked. That was fabulous. Let's do that again. Or heal it. Like, that sucked. Let's do this more. Let's try this and see if we can't make it better. Your truth is out there. Your truth is within you. You know. You know what's right for you. So go out there. Listen for your truth. Acknowledge it. Move through it. And create your most authentic life. Namaste. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching these morning musings. If you've been enjoying them, please hit the like and subscribe button and the bell up there somewhere that will notify you when I go live next, which I do every morning. So go out there and be truthful today as best you can. Notice where you can't, notice where you can, and try to improve on that today. Listen for the truth. Acknowledge the truth. Be okay with it, good or bad. It's like, yep, that happened. Yep, that's what it was. Let's take care of it, good or bad. All right, keep your eyes on the horizon, hands on the wheel, and your foot on the gas, baby. Let's do this, and I'll see you tomorrow.